Welcome back to the Danny Harton Show. Today on this week's episode, we have Ava Frank from the musical duo Camelot. How you doing, Ava?
I'm doing good, doing well.
Awesome.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic myself. Yeah.
That's good.
All right. Well, you told me that you just got out of school.
Yeah. So I go to Dark Horse Institute, which is a little trade school in Franklin, Tennessee. It's pretty cool. I just went there for audio engineering and songwriting, and then I'm currently in a music business class there. But yeah, I get to do like a lot of doing an internship there right now, where I get to basically be a studio manager for all the other students. It's a lot of fun, and also kind of mind-boggling at times, as audio engineering is. But it's a good experience, and I don't know, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I
Pretty
got you.
cool.
So were you in college or anything like that before this?
Yeah, I went to Belmont for a year. About a year. It was exactly a year. And I went there for film, and kind of found out that everything I was learning in film ended up relating to music in some way. I was in a storytelling class there where they were kind of teaching you the basics of beginning, middle, and end. And it sounds simple until you get berated by your professor about 1,000 times about the same thing being wrong. And you're like, boy, man, what am I doing wrong? what's so complex about a story, which there's a lot, but it's just anyways. But I found out everything that I was doing there. I wasn't really passionate about the actual film and the storytelling about that. I was passionate about the music, the aspect of telling kind of poetry and mixing that with storytelling and chords that just really make you like emotional, and just it just crunched the right set of things. And I think I grew up doing. Sorry, I'm on a rant.
No, go ahead. This is good. It makes my job easy.
Cool. And I think I just grew up doing film so much. My dad was a graphic designer growing up and still is, and he owned his own frame shop. And I was really into film from a really young age, where I would just make my own little projects and things like that. When I finally got to do it, I decided that I really hated doing it as like a profession, and it's not something that I particularly enjoy at all. And there's kind of got into music, which was, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was a long
Yeah. Well,
encapsulation.
I'm a big movie fan myself. So what got you into like film?
Oh man, my dad's camera. Like he had this really old vintage camera that only used film, and that was the camera that I had as a kid. And I kind of got into like Casey Neistat as a kid. I was really into like the vlog style kind of stuff on YouTube growing up. And he gave me his old camera, and I started taking photos with that. They were not good, and I don't have a lot left. I don't know where they went, to be honest, but I have the camera still. Um, and then that progressed into me like making little movies on iMovie and stuff like that. And I ended up starting making music videos to like random songs with film. And eventually I got into a high school class for film and started doing that. And it's just, I don't know. I've always been doing it. It's more rather like I've been doing it. I was never like a huge like movie nerd, although I do love movies. But I was more of I just want to make something cool with this picture, this little picture frame that you have, and like the aspect of like the golden ratio and things like that. What is it? The Fibonacci sequence. All that kind of stuff is really cool to me. Just more of like the visual proportions of things. But yeah.
I got you. So what made you like want to pivot into music? Like, I mean, you were telling me how like you decided film wasn't for you, but like, what sort of got you into music?
Well, I think that's a long story. Well, from a kid, I played piano. Not for that long, maybe for like 3 years, and I I was just very not into it as a kid. I did not want to put the energy into it. I got a little blue guitar when I was a kid and wrote my first song called My Poor Little Broken Pinky. Oh, sorry, finger. My finger's still broken.
Damn.
So that was my first song. But when I really got into music, I'd say is when I bought my first ukulele. And, you know, ukulele is ukulele. But then my grandpa, his name's Frank, and that's the reason I go by Ava Frank.
Shout out to Papa Frank.
Yeah, Papa Frank. He gave me my first guitar, and I really started to learn how to do things. And like I really started writing a lot of music. And then the couches came along. And they asked, this was like almost senior year of high school. It was like the year before senior year of high school. This was like 2 years after I got my first guitar. And asked me if I wanted to sing for it. And it was like my first experience. I had done like talent shows in the past, a really bad one. Oh, good Lord. I couldn't stop laughing in the middle of the performance. It was so bad. And it was in front of the entire school. Why would you do that? It's like a 13-year-old. It was like 800 people. It was the first time I was performing in front of people that wasn't at a coffee shop, but that was terrifying. And anyways, so I ended up in the couches and I sang for them. It wasn't really my style, I'd say, but it was a really good like learning experience to learn what I liked and what I didn't like. I learned that I really like writing my own lyrics. I didn't quite enjoy singing Dom's lyrics because they were so personal to him. Like everything that he wrote
that's true.
was very him, and it's beautiful in his own way, and it fits him, but it didn't fit me. Great music, great group of musicians, amazing people.
For sure.
Oh, sorry. Am I talking too much?
No, you're good. But I did want to ask you, how did you like meet them, like Dom and Lucas?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I met Dom through I had a friend named Anna in high school, and Anna met Dom on Tinder. And he was the Annie Ann's guy. Dom was the Annie Ann's guy. I actually ended up working at Annie Ann's with Dom. But anyways, they dated, and I met Dom, and I became really good friends with him. And then he asked me to be in the band, and then I met Lucas through the band. He was playing guitar in the band at the time. So, yeah.
And Dom was on drums, right?
Yep.
Is that what I remember correctly?
Yep, he was on drums. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And then Lucas was on guitar, and Sam was on guitar, and Aaron was on bass whenever I joined. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. If you want to know more about the Catch, just check out my interview with Dominic Escandel. Little plug.
I love him.
Anyways, my school counselor ruined my life. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Like, walk me through like the process for that song, and also like, did you write the lyrics or did Dominic write the lyrics or?
Dom, I joined the band after that song was written. I wrote, I think, the last lyric of that song. It was, maybe I'll get pushed away from you. That was it. Because we wanted to change it because it was, it was something like about food poisoning before, and I was like, I'm not singing that. Or maybe, I can't remember. It was something about food poisoning, for sure. But, yeah, no.
Good call, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, the recording process was fun. We recorded at Lutz. I can't remember how to pronounce. It was a cute little recording studio in Nashville. It's like a home recording studio. Very, very chill place. But yeah, I don't know.
Word. So, let's talk about like Camelot. So, I thought walking into this, I thought Camelot was like a solo project of yours, but it's actually you and Lucas.
Yeah, it started out, I was kind of experimenting with names for a long time, and that was going to be my solo name, but then it morphed into me and Lucas. It was kind of always me and Lucas, but I did have that idea for a long time, and I'm grateful that Lucas came in on it because it wouldn't be what it is without Lucas at all. I'd say my writing style by myself is very like folky and experimental, and he added this whole kind of rock side to it that, you know, I needed. It was very cool, and I've learned a lot from working with him. We kind of trade in our ways of we have a contrast in the ways that we work, and it kind of just fits in a really, really nice way. He brings things to the table that I can't, and I bring things to the table that he can't. So it's very cool. And then we both have our own solo projects. His is May Cave, and then mine is Ava Frank. And yeah, but yeah, I don't know. We've been recording in my basement for not too long, a few months. It started in my room though, so yeah.
Gotcha. So like, what exactly do you like bring to the table, and what does he bring to the table? Like, what is the dynamic of Camelot?
He's really great with like lead lines, very beautiful lead lines. And he makes the most basic chord structures sound really cool. He's a left-handed guitar player, so the guitar is upside down. He also plays the guitar normally, not like a regular left-handed guitar.
So is it like
He plays a right-handed guitar flipped upside down to the left, so he can do some weird chord shapes that I just couldn't do with my fingers.
So he keeps like the strings where they are. He doesn't restring it left-handed.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
But yeah, he does some pretty cool stuff on guitar. And he's also been playing drums for a long time. I've been in singing lessons since like end of freshman year of high school, something like that. And I've been working on vocals in that way and melodically, all that kind of stuff. And I have my own jazzy kind of stuff that I like to bring to the table a lot. It's just kind of a mix of everything, you know? It depends on the song, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is, but his is mainly guitar, and I'm mainly like vocal melodies and weird percussion and experimental things. I'll take his, I don't want to say cookie cutter, but he is very strict about rules about music, and I'm very not.
So is he more like traditional?
Yeah,
in terms
kinda.
of music, and you're like kind
He
of
thinks he is.
Right.
He thinks he is, but yeah. But no, I take a lot of the cookie cutter stuff and then kind of twist it. And he's like, no, that's not gonna work. And then sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It depends.
That's crazy. When I met Lucas, Dominic was like, I guess, starting to learn music theory, and Lucas was like, I don't know if Lucas like knows music theory now, but like back then he was like, oh, I don't want to learn music theory.
He's still that way.
He is?
Yeah,
Okay.
he does everything by ear.
Gotcha.
And I'm kind of opposite. I like music theory, but I do a lot by ear because I never took those kind of classes, things like that. I wish I did, but yeah, no, I do a lot by ear. I do most things by ear, but I do have like I love music theory, but he is so against. He's very how do you call it? Authoritarian? Is that the right word for that? I don't know.
I get.
He's very against rules.
No, that's the opposite of authoritarian.
What is the other way?
Authoritarian. Well, usually when people say authoritarian, they're talking about government, where it's like they sort of like oppress the people essentially. Is what they're saying.
He's not authoritarian. He's the least authoritarian person I know. No, he's very against the rules. He's like, I don't give a shit, dude. If you tell me what to do, I'm not gonna do it. That's the way Lucas is. That's with everything. Mm-hmm. And then I'm the opposite way, where I love I'm a fanatic about like grammar and education and shit like that. Okay. I don't know why. I just am.
What's your take on the American school system?
It's kind of messed up.
All right, next topic. I did want to say like I wanted to dive deeper into like your songs, like your specific songs, because like I would say like all four of them sound pretty different.
Yeah.
in my opinion. Um, the first two are definitely like more chill. Actually, all of them are chill, but like the first two are more darker sounding,
Mhm.
in my opinion. And then like Sun Kiss and Waiting for You, those are like summer bops.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially like Waiting for You for sure.
Yeah.
And like Sun Kiss is like, well, both of those songs are like very like rock and roll
Yeah.
for sure. So yeah, do you want to like dive deeper into like, actually making
Yeah.
uh
Sure.
those two songs?
Just those two specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sunkissed originated from I went to the Caribbean for the summer, or sorry, not for the summer. When was it? It was in the winter, actually, for about 2 weeks, and I came back and I was tan in like October. Um, so that's where the line "Sun-kissed in October" comes from, and Lucas actually came up with that line. Um, he was like, "That's you right now," and I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, that is." And then, yeah, we wrote the song. I think the coolest part about that was like the I don't know, the vocal chops. That's the way
Oh
to
yeah,
describe
yeah.
it. Those were fun.
Yeah,
It's Valhalla.
yeah. I wanted to ask you about that, like the video game vocals.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like what did you do?
It was
Like how did you get that sound?
it's a secret. Just kidding. No,
Oh,
it's Valhalla space modulator. Does some pretty cool stuff, and then some other weird stuff. But yeah. And then most of it was just chopping up the vocals in a particular way. I keep accidentally moving the mic.
that's all right.
And yeah. Yeah.
Word. So wait, what is Valhalla like its own DAW or?
Oh no, it's a plugin. So basically that's
Okay, gotcha.
it does some weird delay stuff and like reverb. Depends on which one you get, but we use the space modulator for that one.
Okay. What DAW do y'all use?
Logic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah. Who's the rapper on it? I don't think I've heard of him before.
Candy Lake. Yeah. It's
Okay.
pretty cool.
Do you want to talk like how'd you meet him or
Oh
you want to shout
gosh.
him out?
Okay,
Anything
so
like that?
I met him at a show. It was actually his show, Bad Weather. Bad Weather music group. They're doing like a whole Category 5 thing right now. It's really cool. That's very vague, but you should look it up. It's pretty cool.
All right, I'll look him up.
And I had a shaved head at the time with like I think I had smiley faces on it. And he walks up to me and goes, "Yo, your head's cool. Can I get your Instagram?" And then we went and got sushi, and he was like an hour late. I almost left. Lucky him. I didn't. I'm just kidding. But yeah, and then we just kind of stayed friends after that. We kept hanging out for a while. And then me and Lucas started working on that song, and Candy was like, "Yo, I want to put a verse on that song," and I was like, "Okay," and there you go. But yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. Check out Bad Weather Music Group and Candy Lake, Yasuke and such. They're all pretty cool rapper guys.
Word.
Yeah.
Take me through waiting. What's it called? Waiting for you. Did I
Waiting
get it
for
right?
you.
Okay, good.
Oh gosh. Okay.
That one's the best one in my opinion.
Thanks. That's my favorite too.
Hell yeah.
Man, I can't even remember how half of these were made because honestly, like we stay up till like our writing process happens all in one night with songs most of the time. It depends on the song. And we literally do it in a span of like I think we made that song in a span of like maybe 6 hours. Like wrote and recorded it. And I started to do this weird like New York accent rap thing. It's not rapping, it's like more of like spoken, but it's I really hated it. And Lucas was like, You should do it. You have to do it. You have to do it, Ava. And I was like, I'm never gonna be able to listen to this. I'm never gonna be able to listen to this again. But the chorus, I love the chorus. But if anyone asked me about Waiting for You, I hate the verse. Even though I wrote it. Love the chorus. The chorus is one of my favorites that I've ever written. Then we have a whole new It's gonna be an album, I'm pretty sure. At the moment, we've got about 7 songs of it done. Coming out after that, we've got a hyperpop song coming out soon.
Let's go.
Which is random. But yeah, no, we've been working on that. I wrote like a jazz thing for it, which is gonna be interesting to see the reception from that. But I feel like our entire genre, or like, what do you call it, catalog of music is very all over the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool.
I was talking with someone like else that was on the show previously, and we were talking about like genres and how like genres are like dying, essentially, and and the way that it's like music and like the future is just gonna be like complete fusion.
Yeah, it's really hard to stay to a genre right now with how much like media we consume. Um, I'd say everything I write by myself stays pretty centered in kind of indie rock folk. But then with Lucas, we both listen to like everything. I don't listen to one genre. I listen to all of them. And he does the same. That kind of ends up rubbing off on Camelot in a way that like everything that we write could be like entirely different from the next thing. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a weird thought to think about. You really think that there's gonna be no genres whatsoever?
Well, I
Well,
mean, music's obviously gonna be influenced by previous genres, but I feel like when we're categorizing artists in the future, I don't think it's gonna be like this guy is rock, this guy is R&B. You know, I think we're gonna have a lot of people that are just kind of doing everything like on an album. Like at the Grammys, it's not gonna be like best alternative rock album of the year. It's just gonna be like, I don't know. Album of the year is gonna have like 50 nominations, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, see, I don't know if I agree with that because like I think that happens a lot with like people that are working with a bunch of different people, from what I've seen. Um, but like especially like singer-songwriter people who write their own songs on the guitar or like on the piano, um, and then go and orchestrate those, and find a drum player, etc. They have a vision in mind most of the time, and that kind of rubs off on the whole project most of the time. I don't know. Um, but that thought went absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of saying like I just think um let me phrase it differently. I think like when artists like new artists are coming out, I don't think they're gonna be like, I am a rock artist, I am a whatever.
I
I
totally
think they're
agree.
gonna be like, here's my album. There's like a few rock songs on there. There's some country. There's some hyper pop because fuck yeah.
Because there can be.
And there's just, but they're still gonna, you know, I mean, albums are just gonna be a lot more, I guess, experimental, I guess.
I guess that makes sense, like in a marketing sense. Because like when you look at like TikTok now and all that kind of stuff, you have like super short attention span, type of stuff. And if you have an album that's super dedicated to one thing, just from a marketing perspective, then people might get bored of it. Especially in our generation. The older generation might appreciate it, but so I wonder how that will morph in the future. It'll probably get worse. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, also that's just gonna make like a lot of subcultures collide. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be interesting for sure. Like, I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, I guess I don't know. That's all I really have to say about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I interviewed an artist called Cole Joseph for this. Um, and he put out an album, and it's like what I'm talking about. Like, it's crazy. Like, the first song is kind of like a, maybe, I guess, hyper pop, you could say. He doesn't really do anything, like nothing crazy with his voice. It's just his normal voice. But I guess you could call it hyper pop. And the second song is like experimental rock. And the third song is a trap song. Then the fourth song is like this R&B slash like hyper pop like ballad essentially, and the fifth song is like an acoustic like
Wow.
rock song, and then like yeah, and then it just keeps going. But there's like but that whole album is like cohesive, which is
Huh.
crazy to me. Because I
Well, I
feel
mean,
like
because
I've
it's
heard a
him.
lot of yeah, I feel like I've heard a lot of bigger artists try to do that with their music,
Mm.
and it doesn't like work.
I feel like that's because a lot of bigger artists have like a whole writing team behind them. If you look at the credits, it's like if that artist is looking to do one particular thing, they're gonna find the best people that they can if they have the budget to write that song. Um, like with a lot of like solo artists, I don't know how big. What's his name?
Cole Joseph, he
Cole
just makes
Joseph.
everything by himself.
Yeah. So it's like just him.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's a lot easier to stay cohesive to who you are, because I find even with Camelot it gets all over the place with two different writers on it. But with my stuff it stays very cohesive no matter what genre it is. Um, maybe. Who knows?
That's an interesting point. So do you think like maybe bigger artists, like maybe artists that are signed to a label, maybe they would be putting out crazier music, but because they have like all these obligations and like someone else's vision on them, it kind of like
I mean,
puts them in a box.
yeah, totally. It's a money machine.
Yeah.
It's like all these labels. They I mean, it really does depend on the label, because there are good labels and there are bad labels. Good, bad. It's all just like what you want out of it. I'd say. How much are you willing to corrupt your soul to make some money? But it all just depends on the person, because like you could totally. I feel like all artists, if you're an artist, you have a bunch of stuff that you could release, especially if you're stuck under a label, you can't release those things. But maybe in the future we'll hear that. But I feel like those artists that are they're in that situation are there for a reason. If they wanted to leave, they could. Most of the time.
It depends. Yeah, I don't. Um, I will say I'm not really sure if there's good or bad labels. I will say there are good and bad label deals for
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, some artists just have more leeway even when they're on like a big label
It
than
really
some of the
depends.
smaller artists. So it
That's
just
a
kind of
very
depends on the deal, I would say.
yeah.
Like, do you know what 360 deals are?
Yeah, yeah.
God, those things are fucking disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. It really does. It's pretty okay sometimes, not all the time. Um, for smaller artists, because when you look at or artists that get like medium size, if you get really big, they get kind of disgusting because they're taking a lot of money from you that they shouldn't be taking. Um, but it's kind of subjective. But like with smaller artists, it's kind of worth it in a sense. It depends. Because the team that you get out of it is just like massive. It's massive. It's unbeatable. And you could really do something with that. Anyways,
So, do you want like, is your goal to get signed on a label, or are you like chilling for now?
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. That'd be cool. But I don't know. It depends on the deal.
Yeah.
Once again, it's I don't have much bad or good to say about labels. They're just there. There are bad and good things, but there's bad and good in everything. So I think there's not too much. I don't know. Anyways, that's
Yeah, fair. You do photography,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
on the side.
Yeah.
How'd you get into that?
Oh, my childhood again.
Like with the whole film thing?
Yeah, yeah. And then around the time that me and the Couches parted ways, we never parted ways. We're still all homies. But the Couches broke up. I was taking pictures for the Couches while I wasn't in it, and that's kind of how I got my start doing it for bands and stuff. And now I just kind of do it for fun most of the time. If like I have a friend's band who's going out to play, I'll take photos for them. And then whoever else is with them. And yeah, I don't know.
I
It's
got
fun.
you. Let's talk a little bit more about like visual media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're talking about like Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
Um, are you gonna like start a YouTube channel or like document the come up or anything like
The
that?
come up. I
Yeah.
could. I don't know. I used to have a YouTube channel when I was a kid.
Oh really?
Yeah, it does not exist anymore. I had a Minecraft YouTube channel where I'd make Minecraft Let's Play videos, and then I had a vlog channel. And yeah, I mean, I that would be kind of dope actually. That's a good idea. But yeah.
Okay. What was I was gonna bring something up. Oh yeah. Are you familiar with the rapper JPEG Mafia?
I've heard the name.
Okay.
I don't know if I haven't listened to any of the music.
Okay, because I tell everyone, every artist I know to rip this man off because, like, back in 2020 and 2021, he had like a YouTube series that was like part vlog, part documentary, part interview called How to Build a Relationship. And so he would take like tour footage of his previous tour, and he would also take footage of himself like making music, like currently. And then at the end,
That's
he would
cool.
like talk to another artist for like, like the last part of the video, like 5-10 minutes, just talk to an artist. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, like I think Denzel Curry was on one episode,
Oh, Denzel
something like
Curry.
that.
Yeah,
He had Maxo Cream. Him and Maxo Cream were playing like Street Fighter or something like that
that's
in
sick.
one video. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Y'all should check that out. If you're an artist, you should rip off those videos.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, you were talking about like making music videos and stuff like that. Do you have any in the works or any ideas?
I mean, I've got plenty of ideas. Yeah. Yeah, there's we're actually gonna record a music video with a dude. When are we doing it? Like 2 months from now. A month from now. It's like right after I get out of school, finally. For a song called Lover, which we're gonna put out around that time. I don't know. In a few months. But yeah, no, I've got plenty of music video ideas. I've recorded a few, just haven't released them. There's a lot of music that I've recorded in the past where I've recorded videos for them, but just haven't done anything with it, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Would you ever like direct for other people, like other artists?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. At some point in my life, if that opportunity comes along, I don't think that's one of those things that I would go looking for. It would just have to come to me.
Do you make your own artwork?
Oh, yeah. Me and DeLucas both make the artwork. We both have like a hand in it at some point or another. He's really great with graphics design as well. And yeah. Yeah, we do.
What's like I mean, I'm thinking like about all your artwork, and it all seems like pretty unique from each other.
Yeah.
So do you all have like a defined process for making it, or do you kind of just go with like, oh, I think this song sounds like this, so we're gonna make the artwork reflect
It's
that?
kind of that vibe, yeah. I think all the song's artwork that we've done has reflected the vibe of the song, except for Waiting for You. That one, we're actually gonna change the artwork on that soon, because it was really impulsive to put it out. It's kind of how everything goes with us. But yeah, yeah, I'd say it's based on the vibe of the song for sure.
What's the like new artwork for that gonna be?
It's a mystery.
I mean, yeah, that's like all my questions. Is there like anything you want to rant about real quick?
Oh,
Any hot takes out there?
hot takes. I mean, it's gonna sound cheesy as fuck, but if you have a dream, go fucking pursue it, because you don't get a second chance in doing it. I thought that I would never be able to perform live, or play in front of people because I have a tremor, which is a neurological disorder where I shake. It's hard to tell in the moment because I'm not shaking. But whenever I get really nervous and walk up on stage, I start shaking like nobody's business. But you can overcome things, and I'd say I'm very comfortable now doing that. It's a hard thing to overcome. You can do anything that you put your mind to, if you really want to. That's really the message I want to spread. It's just be yourself. You'll be happier than you've ever been. It might be stressful, but you can do it. Cheesy, but it's true.
Awesome. So that's Ava Frank from the band Camelot. I'll leave all her links down in the description so y'all can listen to her music and check her out. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.
Peace.